Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Mimi Doatitan of the Lily's Bakery. In today's video, I'll be decorating a 10-inch 3-layered cake for my cousin's graduation party. So, as you can see here, I've started off with the vanilla cake. I've trimmed the bottom and applying the Lush buttercream. In this video, I'll be using the American buttercream. Yeah, it's one of her favorites. So I'll be using the American buttercream. And then I'm placing the second layer, which is the chocolate cake. I'm trimming the top so as the cake will be leveled and come out straight during decoration. This process is very important as it helps your cake sit well and come out straight after the decoration. So I'm layering the top again to place the last layer, which is the red velvet cake. She's not a big fan of red velvet. I had to really convince her to add this red velvet layer. So she said she really wanted a very thin layer. So I made it a thin layer for her, as she isn't a fan of red velvet. So after I finished trimming, I'm crumb coating. This stage is very important in cake decorating, as crumb coating helps lock in the crumbs, the cake crumbs, so that it will make the finished work come out neatly. So this stage is really important. Make sure not to skip it. Some people skip it, but they're pros. But as a beginner, it's very important you crumb coat your cakes before applying the final icing. So, as it is, she's 16, and of course, she's girly. So the main cake will be used. The main frosting will be light pink, which I've already prepared and set aside. And so I have scoops, and I'm starting with the top and going clockwise to cover the top of the cake. If you're a beginner, you could take the stage slow and steady because you wouldn't want to wibble off the entire buttercream. But trust me, with time, you would work this fast as well. So I'm using the buttercream to go around the cake. I'll go around the cake with the buttercream. I'm not putting too much here because I want really light frosting, but it will still have a good covering. It's still going to give me a good covering. So I'm just covering the entire cake. Once you're a pro in cake decorating, when it comes to buttercream, you'll be done decorating, or let's say covering your cake. You'll be done covering your cake with your buttercream in 20 minutes maximum. So you just need to be patient in learning, and before you know, you'll be really good and you'll work very fast. So just take your time while decorating. As you can see, I'm going here, and then now I'm using my smoother to cover the spaces. So take your time here. You don't need to be in a hurry. Once you go around, and if you see any holes, you just recoat and scrape again until you get a perfect finish. So you keep going until you get a perfect finish. I think this is almost perfect, if not perfect. Okay, it's almost perfect. So I'm going to get a perfect finish for one last time. And then It's been cleaning my board. So for this cake, I just freestyled on this cake while I was decorating this cake. I really didn't have any design in mind, but I knew that I wanted a pink base since she loves pink. So I just decided to get on some flowers and I started adding to the cake. She's a big girl and she just wanted something simple and nice for her graduation party. So I've gone in with some roses, gone in with some white roses now. I was just trying to decide if it should be with the green leaf or it should stand on its own. I was still trying to decide between the between the peach rose and the white rose. And then it also came to mind that I shouldn't leave the body plain. So I grabbed my palette knife and started making textures on the cake. So this technique is really simple. It's something you could just freestyle with, as I'm doing here. You don't really need to overthink it. You just go with the flow, as I'm doing here. I really didn't have any design in mind, as I've said. Sometimes when you're working on a cake, you just work with it like you're working on a blank canvas. And most especially when your client doesn't limit you, you just keep going. And that is what I was doing here with my cousin's graduation cake. There was no design in mind, but she just wanted something pretty and simple. So I kept it pretty, but I still kept it simple. So I went on and I did the entire body of the cake. As you can see here, I did the entire body of the cake. And at some time, I was feeling that it was a little bit plain. And then I decided to add more textures. And I kept going and going and going until I covered the entire cake with the beautiful decorations. And then I started going in with more texture. Started going in with more texture. As you can see me doing here, I went in with more texture. I just felt like going in more. So it all depends on what mood you're in. Sometimes you're in the mood for more texture and you give it more texture. So just go with the flow. But always make sure you go with something that is doable and something that your client could always agree with. So at this point, I was thinking of either leaving it like this or adding some purple balls, sugar balls, and I decided that I was going to go with the sugar balls just to give it a pop of color. I just wanted the color to pop. I didn't want it to look too basic. She's 16. She would want interesting colors. So I just went on and added my purple balls. So at this stage, the cakes started popping. It was looking beautiful. If you're still watching, please remember to subscribe. Also, tell me where you're watching from and let me know what cake you would want me to decorate next. Just comment where you're watching from and tell me what cake you would want me to decorate next. I hope you love this beautiful cake. Please remember to subscribe and hit the thumbs up button I hope you love how it's going, and I hope you love how the cake has turned out so far. I'm hoping to see you all in the comment section as you comment what cake you would want me to decorate next. Beautiful, right? Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.